this meeting to order. Please rise for a moment of silence. Keep our troops in everyone's prayers. Salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Here.
Freeholder Delina. Freeholder Polos.
Here.
Freeholder Rios.
Here.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Here.
Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Proclamations.
We have one this evening recognizing October 2012 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in Middlesex County.
Commemorative resolutions.
We have several. First is recognizing the following individuals as they have been selected as the 2012 recipients by the Woodbridge Metro Chamber of Commerce 48th Annual Chairman's Awards Dinner. Citizen of the Year, James Carroll. Corporate Citizen of the Year, Raritan Bay Medical Center. Member of the Year, Glenn Slavin, Esquire of Slavin and Morse. Small Business Person of the Year, Sharon McAuliffe of Not Just Bagels. William E. Short Award will be presented to Libby Bajirova of Columbia Bank. Frank G. Pelsman Community Service Award to Anthony Calabrese of Woodbridge Soccer. Humanitarian of the Year Award to the Woodbridge Ambulance Rescue Squad. And the Paul Harris Award will be presented to the Woodbridge Perth Amboy Rotary Club and Patrick and Thomas Costello of Costello Funeral Homes. Next resolution is recognizing Kitty Keepwell Camp as they celebrate their 10th annual Fall Gala on October 17th, and recognize Thomas Tighe of the Borough of Sayreville as he is the 2012 honoree. And last is recognizing Lenore Davis of the Middlesex County Board of Social Services on the occasion of her retirement.
Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Rios.
Yes. Correspondence.
Each freeholder has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence will be kept on file in the office of the clerk of the board for reference.
Is there a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Ordinances. We will deviate from the regular order of business to introduce one ordinance and conduct one public hearing. Introduction and first reading of 12403. The clerk will read ordinance number 12403 by title only.
Bond ordinance providing for parking lot improvements at Middlesex County College located within the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, the county, appropriating $1 million therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1 million bonds or notes of the county for financing such appropriation, and authorizing the public hearing to be held on Thursday, October 18th, 2012 at 7 p.m. and publication thereof.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Yes.
Freeholder Polos.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Rios.
Yes. The clerk will read resolution number 12-1738 by title only.
Resolution authorizing a public hearing to be held on Thursday, October 4th, 2012 at 7 p.m. in the Freeholders Meeting Room, Ray Public Housing Agency's annual plan for 2013. I need to make one other statement. The notice of this public hearing was published in the Home News Tribune on September 21st, 2012. This public hearing was authorized at a meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders held September 20th, 2012.
I declare the public portion open. Is there any comments from the public?
I'll move to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to resume the regular order of business?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, at this time, I would like to deliver the State of the County address. I've heard it said that all progress occurs because people dare to be different. Over the past 18 months, we have transformed Middlesex County government because we dared to be different. What does that mean? Quite frankly, it means that during that time, Middlesex County has done the unthinkable. We changed the way we do business. And in this endeavor, we strengthened our position as the engine that will drive economic recovery in Middlesex County. Tonight, I present to you the 2012 State of the County Address. This year has been marked by our determination to build on the changes we made in 2011, to capitalize on our strong programs and services, and to create an environment that embraces change, growth, and opportunity. You've heard me announce this before, and quite frankly, I am thrilled to say it again tonight. The county holds a AAA bond rating. We have a better bond rating than the United States of America and the state of New Jersey. In fact, the state was recently downgraded. We've maintained our excellent bond rating because of the strong financial footings we have secured over the last 5 years. Our rating speaks to the financial practices of our county controller's office, led by Al Pachinkas, in conjunction with the austere practices we have instituted. We will continue this trend because, in the end, it pays dividends when we need to invest in infrastructure improvements or our educational and recreational opportunities. In 2012, we invested in the safety of our roads and bridges. To date, we have paved 34 county roads throughout the county and have scheduled 17 more for completion by the end of December. We also continued our popular shared service agreement to pave municipal roads, completing 21 roads and generating $532,845 in revenue for the county and saving municipalities money. As part of our infrastructure management master plan, we undertook $13.3 million in improvements, replacing 6 bridges, 1 culvert, and completing major repairs on 2 county roads. These are essential improvements to ensure the safety of our residents driving to and from work, families driving their children to school, and ensuring the efficient transportation of our business community. We also have invested in alternative energy sources as demonstrated by our solar energy project at our Apple Orchard Lane complex. The installation will go live by the end of 2012 and will save county taxpayers $15 million over 15 years. This is one of the many ways we are reducing the burden on our taxpayers each and every year. In addition, the solar project illustrates our commitment to using clean energy to safeguard our environment. This Freeholder Board has a long and proud tradition of investing in education to ensure that our students receive a quality education in state-of-the-art facilities at cost they can afford. Over the last several years, our efforts have paid off as seen in the record number of students enrolled at Middlesex County College and in the accolades the college programs have received. These efforts also can be seen at our vocational technical schools. The Middlesex County Academy for Science, Mathematics, and Engineering Technologies in Edison was named one of the nation's best high schools by U.S. News and World Report for the 4th consecutive year. The Edison Academy and the Academy for Allied Health and Biomedical Sciences in Woodbridge were ranked 1st and 2nd among all Middlesex County public high schools by Inside Jersey Magazine, a publication of the Star-Ledger. Last month, the Perth Amboy campus was designated as a national Blue Ribbon School based on its progress in improving student achievement. It was one of only 17 New Jersey schools and the only Middlesex County school to receive the recognition this year. We have also improved the already high quality of life our residents enjoy by creating and opening the 3.5-mile Middlesex Greenway, a walking and jogging trail that runs through Metuchen, Edison, and Woodbridge. The trail was opened to great fanfare on September 15th. 2 weeks later, we reopened the county's 83-acre Joseph Medwick Park in Carteret after an extensive reconstruction project. New fields, open areas, and walking trails will welcome sports teams and recreational enthusiasts back to one of the county's oldest parks. Since its inception, we have preserved forever more than 8,000 acres of conservation areas and open space, and have preserved more than 5,100 acres of farmland in the county, making our open space and farmland preservation program one of the most active in the state. County government does not just have the responsibility to maintain roads and buildings. It does not just preserve land or build parks. It offers the programs and services our residents need and want. To that end, this Freeholder Board, in working with our department heads and office directors, consistently assesses the services we offer to ensure we are serving the public effectively and efficiently. A number of new automotive systems installed over the past 18 months have increased efficiency and have yielded $500,000 in savings and the ability to generate new revenue. The county clerk's e-filing system enabled 20,482 real estate transactional documents to be filed for the first half of 2012, which was more than double the number filed for all of 2011 and generated higher revenues. Rapid Bay Mental Health Clinic added an automated prescription system for physicians and an electronic health record system to increase clinical staff productivity, improve support staff efficiency, and improve accuracy of billing for services. Revenues have already increased with these improvements. More importantly, the technology is freeing up staff to better serve the center's clients. The Surrogate's Office completed the digitizing and indexing of 623 books of records containing documents filed between the years 1804 and 1973, easing public access to these historic records. We also added a new shared services, offering to our municipal partners the use of our new community notification system. The system enhances the county's and the municipality's ability to notify residents of emergencies or other important events, making response more efficient and communication more effective. By collaborating with our municipal partners in this and other projects, we reduce operating costs not only for the county, but also for our municipalities. In addition to introducing new tools, we realigned a number of offices and duties to improve efficiency. We merged aging and disabled services, which has provided expanded access for the public. We provided sensitivity cross-training to all staff and advisory council members so they may better serve these populations. Our planning office completed the wastewater management plan in-house, saving $450,000 by not using an outside consultant. We launched a joint fugitive task force comprising sheriff's officers, investigators from the prosecutor's office, and adult corrections officers to dramatically decrease the number of outstanding warrants in Middlesex County. This is just one example of the team approach we have been taking in the area of public safety and health to increase the effectiveness of our response and the safety of our residents. While change is important, we recognize the value in maintaining or expanding the best programs and services. In the area of parks and recreation, we continue to offer our extremely popular Plays in the Park series, which celebrated its 50th anniversary this past summer. This milestone has been commemorated in a stunning 164-page, full-color, coffee table book. The book details the program from its humble beginnings to its current status as one of the best community theaters in the region. If you haven't already, I highly suggest you check it out and purchase one, especially if you have been fortunate enough to attend one or more of these outstanding performances. In the area of community services, we've expanded our Meals on Wheels program, increasing the number of meals served to our senior citizens by more than 2,000 during the first half of 2012. The Surrogate's Office has expanded the use of its satellite offices to offer better access to its services. We extended our route from New Brunswick into Jamesburg to now include the Dayton section of South Brunswick, and added another route that runs from South Amboy to East Brunswick to our popular MCAT shuttle system to offer additional service to commuters, seniors, and disabled residents in the southern part of the county. We've established a Veterans Housing Assistance Program designed to provide financial assistance for homeless veterans or those veterans at imminent risk of homelessness. Depending on individual circumstances, financial assistance might involve funds for security deposits, first month's rent, temporary rental assistance, or rental arrears for a limited period of time. The Freeholders have set aside $100,000 for this program. We've also increased our outreach to veterans through setting up information booths at area malls throughout the county. We've also promoted a number of public safety and health programs to educate and assist residents of all ages. We worked with our partners in Old Bridge and East Brunswick to introduce a distracted driving enforcement program, which educates drivers of the danger in texting, talking on a handheld device, or having other electronic distractions while driving. And we help the state promote its Move Over law, which requires motorists to move over when approaching emergency vehicles stopped to respond to accidents or incidents along highways and other roads. Our 4th annual Pancreatic Cancer Walk raised $24,000 for research into this devastating disease. The Board of Freeholders recognizes that one of the most important investments it can make is an investment in the county's economy and in our workers. So, as we refocused and moved our internal programs and services ahead, we continually look to partner with public and private entities to grow the county's economy. The first step in growing the economy is investing in projects that bring jobs, services, and ratables. My Freeholder colleagues and I allocated $23 million in federal stimulus funds to the Wellness Center and The View, 2 mixed-use facilities in the heart of New Brunswick, jump-starting construction. These projects will bring hundreds of new jobs and quality services to the county's hub. In addition, the county's Workforce Development Office is helping find qualified workers for the Fresh Grocer, the anchor of the Wellness Center project. We also created the Department of Business Development and Education to pull together the county's investments in education, workforce, ecotourism, and economic development to provide a strong attraction to secure new business investment in the county. In 2011, we commissioned an economic development study that identified economic opportunities for Middlesex County now and in the future. It was found that our location within 20 minutes of one of the world's largest ports, our vast network of major roads, and our highly skilled workforce puts us in a fantastic position to benefit from the expansion of the Panama Canal, which is expected to triple the number of container ships coming into Port Newark. The world economies are also changing. The price of labor in China is rising. As a result, the U.S., and more importantly, Middlesex County, can better compete in the manufacturing sector. These factors make Middlesex County a very attractive place to start or grow a business. That is why one of the signature projects of the new Business Development and Education Department is the creation of the Middlesex County Business Web Portal, an interactive investment tool that will serve the investment public, municipal partners, and the private sector. The portal creates a business resource tool to attract investors and technical talent. It creates and expands municipal and public-private partnerships to promote new investments by sharing economic incentive and dynamic data that investors seek. It provides municipal and private sector partners dynamic tools never before assembled in one place. It will bring these tools to the web, making them accessible to individuals and large and small companies located anywhere in the world. It's an exciting endeavor that is just one example of how the county is embracing technology to improve how we do business externally and internally. In closing, I thank my fellow freeholders, County Administrator John Pulomina, our department heads, our office directors, and the entire county workforce for their commitment and dedication to serving the people of this great county. I say to you all that we have taken great strides in our efforts to offer quality services and programs at a cost we can afford. We have taken the necessary steps in meeting the challenges that we placed upon ourselves at this time last year. We have embraced change to ensure that Middlesex County has built the engine for sustainable economic recovery throughout the region. I say to you that Middlesex County is forging ahead with the right vision, the right people, and the right projects to bring growth and opportunity to our residents and to our business community for 2013 and beyond. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Kelso, is any resolutions to be added?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be amended?
There are none.
Resolutions to be held?
There are none.
Resolutions to be voided?
There are also none.
At this time, I'd like to open the public discussion on resolutions listed on the agenda only. Anyone from the public that would like to speak on any resolution?
I'll move to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda and voted on separately? Anyone? I have one, 12-1808.
Yes, Freeholder Valenti and yourself actually are excluding the same resolution.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Kelso?
Yes, Deputy Director, in that case, a motion would be in order to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 12-1757 through 12-1834, excluding resolution 12-1808 to be voted upon separately.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Yes.
Freeholder Deputy Director Rios.
Yes.
And now it would be appropriate to consider the final resolution, which was excluded by both Freeholder Valenti and Freeholder Deputy Director Rios. That's Resolution 12-1808. Motion to adopt?
Second.
Roll call?
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti,
Present not voting.
Freeholder Deputy Director Rios.
Present, not voting. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting up to the public on any discussion. Anyone from the public?
Good evening, freeholders. Roger Daly, 103 Farms Road Circle, East Brunswick, New Jersey, Republican candidate for freeholder. I think we need a historical asterisk regarding the county's bond rating. You wouldn't have that bond rating if the Republicans hadn't got elected in the early 90s and knocked out the incinerator that was being planned to be built. The bond rating would have been undermined and would have affected the rating. Freeholder Phillips saw the light and actually introduced the resolution to knock out the incinerator, but there should be a historical asterisk for that.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, I won't tell the unions. Well, I want to go over a couple of leases. I've been looking at the leases for the county, and more specifically, the one that I'm really concerned about is 14 Kirkpatrick, which houses the criminal division of the Middlesex court system. But there are two other leases that I have some questions about, and that's really the probation lease and also the lease for the sheriff's department. Now, I know some of this is there's really not much the freeholders can do, but in terms of planning, it's very clear to me that the planning was not done properly, because there's no excuse for the criminal division to be housed outside of the courthouse. Because there was all this renovation, and the old administration building was renovated, and actually at the time everyone was being told that they couldn't renovate the administration building until they found out that they could turn it over, a significant portion of it, to a private developer, and the private developer could make use of it, the Penrose Company. So anyway, what should have happened back then, it should have been that administration building, when it was renovated, should have housed the probation department, the criminal assignment division, and also the sheriff's department. If you add up those three leases add up to $1 million every year that the county pays, and there's absolutely no reason or excuse that those departments, one is way out on Livingston Avenue where the sheriff's department is, where people who come here to the criminal court can't even get out there, and the criminal division is over on Kirkpatrick. Now, the Kirkpatrick's lease actually is $112,000 per year. It's no longer, actually it's a month to month from what the information that I've received. Now, but that is compounded by the fact that it creates a security problem. They have to put sheriffs over there, and if the freeholders were to look at the courthouse, the first floor of the courthouse is not even used. It's I go through it. I don't go through it as much as I used to, but when I go through it, it's underutilized. And I think it's important for the freeholders to coordinate with the courts to use the space that they have available. And there's no reason why that criminal division shouldn't be in the courthouse to save. That would save $112,000 plus whatever security we have to pay for the sheriff's department. And in terms of the sheriff's department itself, there's no explanation for the sheriff being way out, except for the fact that Omar Borai is the owner of the property, and that's the explanation for that. So, but again, those three leases, and that's the only three that I'm going to have 5 minutes to talk about. They cost the county $1 million, and those were, you can correct the criminal division because there's space within the courthouse right now to correct that. In terms of having turned over the administration building to Penrose, now there are people living in there and they have apartments and everything, a little more difficult. But nonetheless, that's what should have happened. That building should have never been turned over to a private developer to make money, when in fact, so the taxpayers of this county are paying $1 million every year for the sheriff's department, probation department, and the criminal division to be out of the complex that we spent millions of dollars and continue to spend paying these long-term leases. So I would recommend that somebody meet with the assignment judge and discuss the excess space that exists in the courthouse that should be utilized for, and to save, at very least, it would save the county over $100,000 a year. Thank you for your direction.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else from the public?
Deputy Director, I just want to make one comment. I appreciate your comments, Mr. Daly, and just to let you know that we are currently evaluating in the area of public safety and health consolidation of leaseholds, looking at permanent opportunities. I think some of us believe that ownership when you're county government makes much more sense than leasing. So as these leases start to mature, we are looking at how we're able to consolidate and whether or not having fixed owned assets are more economical for the county taxpayer. So that's a constant evaluation that's going on, and we're actually going through that kind of exercise, if you will, right now with many of those leases that, not all the ones that you spoke about, but others that you weren't able to mention today.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Mr. Stewart?
Richard Stewart, New Brunswick. I don't find a great deal of fault with much of your operations because I think they're being well done. But one of the things I want to mention is the opportunity for the public to participate. You have set up rules which makes it very difficult for the public really to express any opinions. You don't really encourage people to come in here because many times it would take more than the limited time that you allocate for this. I, of course, have been around a long time, longer than most of you, so I'm aware that this is, if it is not deliberately planned, it's worked out beautifully. You schedule the public opportunity to speak at the end of the meeting. I happen to know how the newspapers operate, in that they allocate a certain number of inches for a reporter. The reporter is allowed to use that amount of space. May not be enough. Sometimes they're allowed to carry a story over to the next day. But at the same time, they schedule it so that the reporters have to get their story into the paper sometimes before the public is allowed to speak. It's all a beautifully orchestrated way of keeping the public out of the picture. I hope that at some point you let the public have more input anyway, and try to publicize more when these news shows are going to be on the show, when the meetings, because most people, I think very few people even know that these meetings are shown on TV, and they're not done on the, of course you're not live, and they're not done on the same night, and the public needs to be told and reminded from time to time that they can see these meetings on TV. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. In reference to your concerns about reaching us, we have access, we have offices. I'd be more than happy to take your phone calls anytime or meet with you if you ever have a problem. As far as the newspapers, we don't have control over the newspapers, how long they're here or when they come or if they come at all. But I think we run a professional board of freeholders here, a professional government with all our staff. So I take exception to those comments, and I really believe that we run an efficient government here for everyone to participate at any time. With that being said, is there a motion to close? Anyone else in the public? Yes.
Good evening, freeholders. Charles Cradaville, Patterson Street, New Brunswick. I just wanted to ask one question. I know there's a trial coming up next week for the former sheriff of the county, and the allegations against him are very, very serious, and I just wanted to ask if any of the freeholders had anything they wanted to say about those accusations and the upcoming trial.
I have nothing to say about it. It's a trial. It'll be heard in the court.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Is there a motion to close the public portion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.